Hey everyone, it's Terry. Several people have asked me how can they get the cut line from their Luminaire or their Dream Machine into a Scan N Cut. I do not own the newest Scan N Cut. I own the CM650W. It was a top of the line model that was sold only at a dealer up until August of 2018. And then Brother came out with its replacement, which is the DX225, and you can only purchase that machine at the dealer as well. That machine is the SCX225 will read any of the files from your Luminaire, and when I say any, I mean the PHX files, and it will read what is called the Appliqué material. You can see this built-in design right here. It's Appliqué material. And this is the icon for the applique material. This is the applique position, and this is the icon for the applique position. And then here is the applique, and down here on the far right is what is called the applique, which is like a tack down stitch. So this is a built-in design in the machine, and for me to be able to read it on my machine, I had to take it into my PE Design 11 software and export it as an FCM file. So to take it into your software is all detailed in a video that I'd released prior to releasing this video we're recording right now. So let's now go over to the Dream Machine, but I do want to mention one other thing. If you go into any thread chart on your machine that is not a Brother thread chart, and by that I mean the country thread chart and the embroidery thread chart had those three symbols. And you remember you need the one with the scissors in order to use it for your cut file. Now let's swing over and let's look at the Dream Machine. So on the Dream Machine, I saved several things on it that are shapes. And one of the things is you'll notice that this shape is black. My machine, meaning my Scan N Cut, will not open that. What I want to show you is with the shield. And the reason it won't, let's set it, is because I have black thread. I have to change that. So let's go to Edit. And let's go to the thread type. We'll change it to down here on the bottom to the applique itself. And let me use my little handy dandy tool here. And you notice I selected the wrong one. Now I have the right one. I have the applique material. So let's choose OK. And let's save it to memory. We want to save it to our USB stick. Now, when we save it to the USB stick, let's go ahead and delete this and choose OK. And let's look at our USB stick again. And this is what's on the machine. I want my B pocket that's on my USB. And when we get to the Scan N Cut, see if you see this rectangle on it or not, because I don't think you're going to see the rectangle. We should see the shield though, because we have selected the right thread. All right, the Scan N Cut is on and we're on the move. So let's get to moving around the sewing room. And you get to see all my mess, don't you? It is a disaster in here. So this is what happens when you have 5 projects going at once. All right, now what we're going to do, let me get you zoomed in so you can really see this well. And straighten up this camera a little bit. I'm sorry this is so jerky, but I want you to be able to see the screen because it's small. It's not a huge screen. Let me back you up a little bit. I think that's better. Okay, so you need to go to Home on my machine. And it'll move the carriage, that's fine. I need to put the USB stick in though. And I'll choose pattern. Now in PE Design 11, you can send something directly to your machine if your machine is on. And Mine was on for a portion of the time that I was recording earlier today. What I want to do is go to Save Data. And let's first of all go to the USB stick. Okay, on the USB stick, you see the heart and you see an oval. Now these two ovals, you see, I saved them on my PE Design 11 software. I sent them to the machine because I can tell that in several ways. One is the name. You're going to have these oddball names whenever you save it on your Scan N Cut. It won't be something like Heart FCM 1mm, Dream Oval Dream Machine 1mm. And what those mean is that is what the offset is that I selected. So all of these files I saved from my software. The 2 with 1mm, a 2 with a 2mm offset, and 1 without offset. So those were sent directly to my machine for my PE Design 11 software. Let's go back in and let's look in the B pocket though this time. So here is that shield that we recolored. You can see it. Here's a heart. Here is the another one that I created earlier, which is an octagon. You can see it, but you do not see that rectangle. And the reason you do not see it is because I did not select the correct thread color. So I'm presuming, and this is a presumption, if you own the DX225 and you have a Luminaire, you need to save it with the Appliqué material that's in the country thread chart or the embroidery thread chart like I showed you on the machine. Then you should be able to cut out your appliques and have fun. Now, I do want to show you a couple of other things. Let's look at our USB stick, and I'm looking for a PES design. And the reason I'm doing that, and here's one, I want you to see what you see when you see a PES design. So here's this crab, and isn't he cute? And we'll choose OK. Now you do see the cut line on the crab, so I could select that cut line and cut it for the little crab. Let's return. That's a design by Juju. We'll return again. Let's look at this little scarecrow, and this is also a design by Juju. And let's look. Here are all the little pieces of the applique. And this is a PES file. Isn't that cool? So I can select each one of these and cut them out. And this is assuming that I want them to be different thread colors. I'll do a project like this from start to finish so you can see what it's like. Let's return and look at one other thing. This is that design, one of the designs from the Luminaire. So what I did is I went in and I saved this, I imported the design in my PE Design 11, which this was a PHX file. I saved it as a PES file, and when I saved it, voila, I can open it up in here, and I don't really need a new Scan N Cut. I have 3 cutters. I mean, I'd love to have one if somebody gave it to me, but I'm really not going to go out and buy one. Okay, so this explains about how to get those cut lines in and shows you the information. I do want to show you one other thing. You also have the ability to get information from the cloud. So let's go back, and here's the cloud. When you retrieve from the cloud is in Brother Canvas Workspace. It retains the last file. So the last file that I sent to the cloud from my PE Design 11 was this oval shape that came off of my Dream Machine. Thanks everyone, and have a great day. Consider joining us in the Facebook group, Just Stitching with a Brother Luminaire, and I hope you've had an awesome holidays and you stay safe. Thanks everyone.